This is the Irontrader, and this is the weekend edition. Today, we're going to take a look here at some commodities. The first we're going to look at is the ETF XLE, and that's for all the big oil companies. And then we're going to take a look here at UGA, that's the gasoline ETF. And then we'll take a look here at gold, silver, Bitcoin, and the US dollar. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, buy the ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have the XLE. Now, this is the ETF for big oil. This has your Exxon, your Mobil, Chevron, Schlumberger, you name it, it's in here. And it pays a 3.09% dividend, okay? Now, this is always one of my favorites. I'm long this, and have been long this because I always do this with the seasonality trade, okay? So what you want to do here is like right after the first of the year, like we had right about in this area here, you always want to get long when you can see like a bottoming situation going on. So you just follow the chart right over. So what we had here is you had a low of 78.98, and then we just followed over to here. You had 78.49. That was a really nice double bottom situation. Told me to get long to go into summer driving. Okay, so this is one. Now you can see how nicely this has run up all the way from that bottom all the way on up here. Okay, all right. So what we want to watch is take a look at the downside. You really want to watch this key level here. That's at 93.88. Okay, so that is your top of this candle. That is your price channel. Okay, so right there. Now, if that's lost, then what we want to do is we want to come down here to Friday's low. That is sitting at 93.50. And then we looked at to the high here at 93.42. So you have a gap, 93.50, 93.42. And if that's lost here, then we'll come down to your 92.85. Now, right below this here, we have a lot of good support levels going on here, say at 90.43, which lines up very, very nicely here at the 90.22. But there is another gap here I want to point out to you. That is 89.72. And the top of this candle here is 89.32. So another gap in the fill. And then we have that gap in the fill here. But this is a very, very bullish chart. Okay, so now what we're looking at here, we got a high is a 94.58. So this is what we have to watch here now on the upside. Is this 94.71? Is this going to double top here and come down? Or is this going to be going up to the $100 mark? Okay, so that's what you want to look at. But this is always a good one because this has all the big oil companies. Now, no matter what anybody tells you, no matter what news show tells you, no whatever politician tells you, oil is not going anywhere at all for a long, long time, okay? They say 10 years, oil's going to be here. 20 years, oil's going to be here. Okay, 50 years, oil's going to be around. Because the oil not only is just, they always look at it as, oh, it's for cars, for gasoline. It isn't, okay? You've got products that are made every day, okay, from oil. Everything from plastics to pantyhose, okay, has oil in it. Any kind of elastic, stretch, anything like that has oil in it, okay? So always remember that. I'll give you an example. United States uses 21 million barrels a day, okay? Out of that, only 7 million of that is for the gasoline. The rest of it is products and distillates, that kind of thing, okay? So always remember that. Right now, the whole world uses 102 million barrels a day, okay? So you got to figure out how you're going to replace that. It's not going to be with wind and solar because oil does a lot more. So your big oil companies here are always a good trade. Now, if you would have just traded here, like I've been pointing this out here right from the beginning all the way here, we had a nice low of that 78.98, 78.49, nice double bottom situation. And then now look at here. Look how nicely it's followed this 8 SMA all the way on up. Okay, look at that. See how nice that is? See, this is why you always want to trade the chart. Now, again, for anybody here that's new here, the blue lines here, these are price channels, okay? So they just basically tell you like where you ran up now is your high, and it gives you your high situation and your low situation kind of thing. They work very, very well. Now, you can use Bollinger Band, you can use clouds. I find these are most accurate out of anything. This is a simple moving average, which basically this is an 8-day. That's over an 8-day period. So you have an 8-day simple moving average, your blue. Your 21-day here is over 21 days. 50 is your 50-day. The purple is your 100-day, and your 200-day is your red. Okay, so that's just a simple moving average. Like say your red is over a 200-day period. Now you can see how nicely this 8 simple moving average held the whole way, all the way on up here, and now she's breaking out here. So the question is going to be on the upside, can it close above this 94.71, or is this going to be a double top situation where it comes right on down here? So that's what we want to see here next week. Now, again, if you can close above that, well, then your target's going to be 100. Okay, so that's what you want to look at. Now, you look at your RSI, nice, good strength going on here. No divergences, no nothing, just nice, good strength. Your green above your red, nice, good strength. Look at your green here, curling up nice. Plenty of room to run here on your RSI here. Very, very bullish chart. You close above 94.71, boom, you're going to go to that $100 area. Now, on the downside, just watch this key level here, that price channel that's sitting at 93.88. And then we have that gap, which is 93.50. Your fill is at 93.42. And then we have your 8-day at 92.85, which has been holding very, very nicely. Okay, next on the docket here, we're going to look at the gasoline ETF. Now, this is the gasoline ETF, and I own it. Okay, now I trade this basically seasonality. Okay, so if you want to know about seasonality charts, you can go to my playlist. You can just click onto there. There's a list of seasonality charts. I do gold and silver, and there's all the indexes are on there, and then you have natural gas and oil. The whole 9 yards is right on there. Or you can just go to equityclock.com and punch up the futures, and you can get it all yourself. Whatever is easiest for you. That way it gives you a little choice, okay? So I am long all the way from this area here, okay, because we made a double bottom situation. But realistically, the reason I buy this is going into the seasonality trade. Now, again, one thing I do want to point out about this, look at here. It does not do much volume. Okay, so that's what you got to be very careful of. So you can't go in there, balls out. Oh, I'm taking 50,000 shares. Well, you're not going to get in and you're not going to get out of it. Okay, so that's what you always want to watch. It doesn't have that big volume kind of a situation here. Okay, so that's what's just key. Now, on the upside here, what we want to do is you notice that it went right into this 8 simple moving average here, sitting at 70.82. If we can get above that, then we're going to look at this price channel at 71.79. That is going to be your ticket right there, okay? So that'd be your upside. If that can go up higher, then we'll just bring this price channel across. We'll come right here. You're looking at 72.61. And then we can follow these candles. This is the one that we'll be looking for, 75.43. And then what we have up here is we have a gap, 75.05. And then we want to look to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 75.16. And their big retest there is that 76.08. Okay, so that would be like on your upside situation. On the downside situation, we want to watch this 20. Let me big this up a little bit here. Easier to see. Okay, you want to watch this 21 simple moving average. Now, there is a gap below this, so we want to watch right here your 68.44, and then we want to watch 67.53. So your gap and your fill. So this, if it sells down, this will become support here. This will become support level here. Now, there is another smaller gap right above it, as you have 69.47 your top, and then we have 69.27. So it is a smaller gap right there, but you always want to watch this candle here. This is 69.45. So there is a lot of good support here. You could come all the way down. But if you look here, 21-day rolling right up, 50-day rolling up, your 100-day now curling right up here, looking very, very good. So if this does rally up here, this is the candle that we're looking for. Okay, that's at 76.08. So if I bring this chart down here, there's that 76.08, which is basically the top of this candle. Now, again, if you can get above that 76.08, you have a big target up here at 80.29. Okay, now another thing is, if they close the refiner down for maintenance, okay, and around the Illinois area, okay, so gasoline is going higher, okay, price-wise. So always remember that when they shut that down for routine maintenance, so they claim, you know what I'm saying, they're just going to take the higher price higher going into summer driving. Yeah, that's all what everybody needs, okay? So you had 3 months, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do the maintenance then. You got to do it right when people are driving the cars. But anyway, okay, we want to watch, if you can do a breakout on that 71.79, then your big target is going to be that 76.08, which would be the top of this candle. A close above that, then we have a nice target there of 80.29. Okay, next thing here we're going to look at here is gold. Now, here we have gold. Now, you can see this where this is breaking out here, okay? So, obviously, here we're going to be headed towards that 2,300 level here. Now, if you look back at the videos here, I always pointed out this candle right here. This is 2152. I said, if we can get above that, okay, then you're basically going to 2200. Well, we went all the way as high as here, and you went up to 2203. So I was off by $3. However, not really, because it closed at 2186. But you did get to 2203. So off of that candle there, you could have made some money just going up here nicely. Now, it came down, did some nice, good sideways action, but now you can see she's breaking right on out here. So when you look at this here, you're probably going to be definitely going. You have to look at some of these times. You want to look at the rounder numbers. So you want to look at, like I say, at 2275. Or realistically, you're going to be headed towards that 2300 area here on the gold. Okay, so on the downside here, you want to watch this price channel. 22.25. As long as we can hold that, this is looking very, very good. Now, you have your 8 SMA here down below that, okay, at 21.93. But you always want to watch this candle here too. This is very, very key. That's that 22.03 level, okay? Then you have your 8 SMA at 21.93. Now, there is a gap here, okay? So you always want to pay attention to that. That's 21.90, and then we look to the top of this candle, 21.82. So you have your gap and your fill. These are going to be support levels here if that 8 SMA is lost, and then we can come down to your 21-day, and then we have a nice, good support level right underneath here at that 21.50-day, which lines up very, very nice here at this 21.52. Okay, see how nice that comes right across? Okay, see, so that was your support level off the top of this candle, which is looking very, very good. So always look to the left of the chart, because usually where something has been is where it's going to go before, okay? So when you look at that, so you can see where it ran on up here, then it sold right on down, and you held that key level going on right there here on a closing basis, and then we just rallied up, and now she's breaking out. Now your RSI looking very, very strong. There's really no divergence here. This is just looking good. Green popped up. We have the red shows good momentum to the upside. Good momentum here. Just looks higher, like you want to go up to that 2300 level. Now, again, it's not going to go straight up, but I mean, who knows? With gold, it just might. But just watch this 22.25 on the downside. That's going to be key. Watch this 22.03, and then you want to watch that 8-day at 21.93. We have that gap in that fill, and then we have the 21.65, and then this key level going across here at the 21.52. If it does sell off, if it goes up here, just ride the wave here, because now you're in blue sky territory. Okay, let's take a look here at silver. Okay, here we have silver. Now you can see silver here just is not tracking like what gold is doing. Okay, gold is just boom, balls out, going higher. Okay, so what we have here is you had a double top situation. So you had 26.34, you can clearly see that, and then we had 25.97, and then she sold right on off here. But if you notice that when it did sell off, okay, you went below your 8 SMA, but where did you go? Right into that 21-day. See how nice these charts work? So if you know where it's going, you just go from level to level. If it can't hold that 8, then we look at the 21-day. If it holds that, then you can go and take a scalp long, okay? Now, the easy way to trade silver is with an ETF SLV. An easy way to trade gold is with GLD, okay? You just, huge volume, in and out, big movement, okay? No hassle, boom. Very, very easy way to trade that if you want to do gold and silver. Okay, so let's just look at the downside here first. We want to watching this 8 simple moving average at 24.99. If that is lost here, you can come to the top of this candle at 24.79 and basically 24.64. Okay, and then we have some nice good support level here going right across here. So realistically here, as long as that's 8 and this 21 hold, this is a real good shape. If not, we can come down to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 24.22 here. Then we can come down to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 23.78, and then we can go with your 23.69, and then your basically your 23.50 level here is your 50 SMA and your 200 SMA here. Now, on the upside, well, as I say, you got 25.10. Realistically, you can follow these candles up here, but it's just look to be retest this 25.97. A breakout above that 25.97, then you're looking at this 26.34, okay, on the upside. Now, again, there is also a higher level here. Okay, you got 26.49, and then we can take this level across here. You got roughly 27.50 is where that target is going to be here next after that there. But we got to see if it can break out, because right now, see, you have that double top situation. Okay, sold right back off again. Now we've got to see if it can rally back up to that 26.34, and then hit this candle here at that 26.43, and then we can maybe pop up here to a higher position here, all the way up maybe even 27.50. The key is you have to get above that 26.34 here. Now your RSI here, that's looking good. Your MACD is starting to curl around. Your green is still below your red, but it could, if it curls around, then that's very, very bullish here. On your weekly chart, the green is above your red, so it shows good momentum going. Very, very nice. RSI is very, very strong. Okay, so when you do your charts, I just use, I've tried every indicator in the book, and I don't know, I don't know, 20, 30 of them. I just like keeping it simple. Your volume, okay, your RSI, which is your relative strength index, and your MACD, which basically shows your momentum. Okay, that's basically now. So you can see where when it's sold off, your green crossed below the red, and that shows momentum down to the downside. But see, when it crosses above, that green crosses above the red, see that's momentum there to the upside. So it gives you a good tell on where it's going to go. Plus, you can also look at divergences and stuff like that here on your MACD. And your RSI gives you the strength of what is exactly of what your strength of your commodity or your stock is doing. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at here is going to be Bitcoin. Okay, now here we have Bitcoin. Everybody's all geared up about the old Bitcoin. Love the Bitcoin, they say. Okay, now we had a really good run up. This basically right here, this sell off, this is when they issued all those ETFs. Okay, so it's sold down, and then all of a sudden, big interest coming back in, and then she rallied all the way up to 74,415. Now they got a price target on this of 150,000. Of course, I don't know who's actually going to hold it till 150,000, or if that's even going to be real. But with Bitcoin here, this is like a FOMO. People want to jump on it. They're going to think they're going to be instantly rich or whatever. And well, maybe they are. To me, I like consistent money. Every day, make money, make money. But there's a lot of good people out there that know how to trade this Bitcoin, and they're make a lot of green with it. Okay, so if you're one of those people, well, here's what we want to do. The next level here, because you can see the resistance, is we're looking for right here. Okay, so you're looking at 72,870. That's the next level, and then we're looking at that 74,415. Now again, if you break above that 74,15, you're probably going to go to 100,000. I mean, that's going to be a round number. You probably won't hit 100,000. You probably hit close to a 999,900 or something like that. So, but realistically, what you want to do is just watch the top of Friday's candle, 72,495, and then come right up here. You have 72,870, and then you have your retest. On the downside here, you got some good support levels here. You got your 6,800 on your 21-day, and then right below it, you got 67,698. So you got good support here on the downside. If that is lost here, you can see here on the nice double bottom situation that you had here. Okay, so you had a low of 62,655. And then we had right here 62,485 here. Okay, so this was a nice, good support level. And then we could come down to this level here, which is basically 6120. And then we have right here 61,120. So you had a good support level there, and then drop below, we have a good support level there. And then I should say, if that's all lost here, you could come all the way down. But always watch these candles on the left. If this does happen to sell off, always watch that, because that was your breakout candle. Okay, so look at the high. 50,145. Look at a candle like this here. That's 49,435. Okay, so that's always very, very good to watch, because as it rallies up, it comes down here, and that's a breakout candle. So now that's going to provide very good support levels here as this thing sells all the way and down. So always watch these levels, because they're very, very important. Okay, so RSI here, well, that's looking curl right out up here, looking nice. You got a little bearish over your on your MACD here, but doesn't mean they can't curl right back up. This MACD on your weekly looking very, very good. RSI very, very strong. So you got a really good strong, and you got a lot of good support areas. The key to the upside here is going to be that 74,415. You break above that, well, then you got blue sky again here until she stops. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here at the U.S. dollar. Okay. Here we have the U.S. dollar. Now, everything that I posted on here so far today, all these are all commodities. Now you can see all these commodities are breaking out. Look at that oil ETF breaking out, gold breaking out, Bitcoin breaking out. Okay, now look how strong this dollar is. Okay, so we had it right here. If you look at 107.34, and then we retested that level at the high of 106.85. So you had a double top situation. That's never good. You never want to see that. See this nice run up that we had? Then you had that double top, and then she sold all the way down. Okay, so what did the level go to? So we look to the bottom of this candle, which is basically 161. So then you just got to find your support over here on the left. What do you have? 155. So see, you had your double bottom situation. See this price channel? See how that notch goes? What you do is you just look at those price channels. Oh, what the hell did I do there? Yeah, you just look at your price channels here, okay, and then it gives you a good idea of exactly. So when this everything sells down, you just bring it right across. So this was a really nice trade if you're trading the dollar. So you had 161 here, then we just come right to the left, bring that price channel right across. What'd you have? 155. See? So now there's your double bottom. It doesn't have to go all the way down to 99.57. What we do here is you just trade level to level. That's really what you do. If it loses this level, then we come to look for the next level. If it holds that, then we say, okay, we got a nice double bottom play. Then you can take the trade long. So that's how you want to look at when you look at charts, okay? So just level to level. You're not really trading anything. You're just basically trading support and resistance. That's all you're doing, okay? So this was your support level, came down, held it, and then she rallied up. Now, when you look at this chart here, okay, you have a head right here, left shoulder and right shoulder. And then inside on a bigger scale, you have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. So you got like a double inverse head and shoulders pattern. So if you watched my video last week, you notice that that's always a very good bullish pattern. What you don't want that is in reverse, where you have a head, left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. That means she's coming down. But this looks like she's going up here nice. Now, you came right down here. You held this resistance. So when we look at this candle here, you're looking at 102.35. You say, okay, well, then you just look to the left here, okay? So right there, what'd you have? 102.46. See, there's your support level. Now, it went a little bit below, but it didn't close below that. See that? See that? Always look to the left of your chart. Now she's railing up here really, really nicely, okay? So now we're right at that price channel at 104.49. Now your next level is going to be right here at 104.96. Okay, so that is thing. So if it keeps on rising, you watch Friday's high at 104.72, and then we come right up to the top of this candle here at 104.96. Okay, so that's pretty much how it works. Now again, if you can keep on going, well, then we have these price channels come right across here. So you have like 104, 105. 96, and then what we have up here, you got 106.85, and then you got a big retest of 107.34. Now, again, if you can break out of all of this here, see, there's that 107.34, just like we have here, okay? So here it is on the weekly chart right there. Now, look at all the next levels that you can go to once you get above that. See that right there? You got 107.99. Then we'll come to the top of this candle here, 111.27, and then we bring this price channel across. You have 113.14. We'll bring this price channel across. You have 113.94 and 114.77. So you got a very, very strong dollar here, and you have an inverse head and shoulders pattern here going. So you got a lot going for you here on the US dollar as far as the strength goes, okay? So always remember that. Now RSI here looking very, very good. Bullish here on your MACD. Your green above your red shows good momentum going up here. This is looking good. This is looking good. So this is very, very bullish here. The next level here on the upside you want to look at Friday's high at 104.72, and then look right there. That's your target area, 104.96. Now the question is, when it gets there, what is it going to do? Okay, is it going to be the double top situation like we had here and come back on down, or is it going to break on out here and then we just follow these levels all the way up here to 107.34? So we got to see how that's going to shake out. Okay, that's what I got for you on the weekend edition. We got the XLE, the big oil ETF, UGA, the gasoline ETF. You have gold, silver, Bitcoin, and we have the dollar. Okay, so that's what we have on the weekend edition. Now, remember, tonight, I'll be back with my favorite trades, crude oil and natural gas. I know, I bleed crude oil and natural gas. So what we'll do is we'll have that video for you before 7 o'clock tonight, and we'll get you all set up for Monday. All right, thanks for watching. Thank you.